Hey everyone, welcome back to Berlin XPedition, your go-to channel for the best Marvel Snap meta decks, strategy breakdowns, and gameplay highlights. The new game mode, High Voltage Overdrive, is finally here, and it will be active until next Wednesday. On the reward ladder, we also have a new Series 4 card called Dragon Lord, and we'll talk about that one later. While showcasing one of the decks, let's quickly go over the rules and mechanics of this event. Unlike before, this is a 4-turn game mode. From turn 1 to turn 3, you'll gain between 2 and 4 energy randomly. On turn 4, you'll have the same amount of energy you had on turn 3. This means you can usually plan your turn 4 plays in advance because you already know how much energy you'll have. Every deck also starts with 8 charged cards, in addition to the cards from your own deck. All charged cards have -1 cost and +1 power. These charged cards can sometimes be the same as cards in your deck. I'm honestly not sure if that's intended behavior or just a bug, but it does happen. Now here's the important part. Every charged card you play adds 1 charge to the reactor. After 5 total charges, the reactor explodes and adds a special effect to the game. That effect scales every turn, and the charges are counted for both players. So always keep track of how close the reactor is to trigger. There are many different reactor effects, and because of that, trying to build a deck around a specific effect is mostly pointless. The best approach is to improvise, adapt to the situation, and just focus on winning the moment. You earn volts and experience by completing missions, and you can spend volts in the Overdrive shop. There are some great variants available there, but if you're a low collection level player, I strongly recommend prioritizing credits and collector's packs over borders and emotes. At the end of the day, it's your personal preference. Play the mode the way you enjoy it most. Now, before we jump into the decks, let me clear one important thing first. The exact deck you use doesn't matter as much in this mode because new cards are constantly being added anyway. The goal is not to win every single game. The real objective is to complete missions. Winning is just a bonus. So the decks I'm about to show you are built with that idea in mind. They perform very well overall, even though some reactor effects can occasionally ruin a game. Let's start with the first deck. This deck focuses on versatility and raw value. Isan is one of the most important cards here because it adds created cards on its own, which is a huge bonus in this game mode. Strange Supreme also scales extremely well, although it can be a little tricky to manage at times. Red Hulk is amazing here because there is so much extra energy flying around. He grows very quickly. Blob works as a strong last turn power spike. Mockingbird becomes very cheap when you're constantly playing created cards, and sometimes the Living Tribunal helps balance power across the entire board. You can replace a few cards here and there. If you're missing something, even with substitutions, this deck still wins matches with flying colors. Now let's move on to the second deck. This one features the new Series 4 card, Dragon Lord. Dragon Lord is a 5-cost, 5-power card that says, on reveal, put a card from your hand here. Yes, there is a lot of randomness in what card it pulls, but in this game mode, that honestly doesn't matter much. There are no weak cards in this deck. I'll test Dragon Lord later in ranked matches, but for High Voltage Overdrive, it fits perfectly. Nick Fury and Valentina keep your hand constantly filled. Chamber and Dragon Lord get maximum value from that. Blink and Lockjaw help pull high power cards from your deck onto the board. Isan once again brings great value as expected, and Juggernaut is included as a small tech option to win close games on the final turn. Now for the third and final deck, this is the classic zombie deck now powered up with Sholau, the Undying, the new Season Pass card. This deck is excellent at putting huge power into 2 lanes. With all the buffs from the game mode, it can win almost every match. Superior Spider-Man is included specifically to generate extra energy, giving you an edge over your opponent. And I didn't want to say this at first, but Mercury in this deck almost feels like it's calling for Cannonball. I ended up getting Cannonball as a created card in 8 out of 10 games. That could be luck, or it could be something else. Either way, the deck performs extremely well. That wraps up everything for this High Voltage Overdrive breakdown. Before we jump into the highlights, here's a quick giveaway update. I'm giving away the January 2026 Marvel Snap Season Pass. To enter the giveaway, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Berlin XPedition. If you're already subscribed, just drop a comment telling me your favorite archetype or deck. And who knows, I might even make a video based on your deck idea. The winner will be announced on January 16th, 2026. And here's the exciting part. If we reach 150 subscribers by then, I'll also give away another season pass later in the month. All right, now let's jump into some awesome gameplay highlights.
squad's still a little light. The mystery intrigues me.